It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
And it's an uncorking. And Sarah, what's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box is Booker's 30th anniversary. I'm pretty excited about this one.
First off, before we even get to the bottle,
let's talk about the box.
The box itself is pretty special. It is etched into the wood here. This box was created using reclaimed wood from several of our warehouses in Kentucky. Booker himself once walked these floors, crafting the whiskey we all love. Single tear.
That really gets me all in the feels.
The original small batch bourbon, limited edition, 30th anniversary.
I love this box.
Booker's, yes.
Reveal it.
Inside, there's a little shelf here that holds it in. Pops out like that.
That was a little bit loud.
Yeah. Comes with a card, and you pointed this out, 30th anniversary.
Scratch.
Silver.
Yeah, silver.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I could have researched that, I guess. But it seems to make sense, you know, golden anniversary to 50th, so it would make sense that silver would be your 30th, and everything is silver on this, so.
Yeah. So just like normal, this little info card comes with it, and just to read a small blurb. 30 years ago, my dad, Booker No, this is from Fred No, by the way, released the first batch of his namesake Booker's Bourbon as his vision of what the perfect whiskey should be. In honor of Dad's legacy and in celebration of 30 years of the damn good whiskey he created, we're celebrating the best way we know how by releasing a special extra-aged, extremely limited Booker's Bourbon Whiskey. So what this is a combination of two different years.
That's right.
Which is atypical. So this has 9-year-old whiskey and 16-year-old.
Whoa. And
it comes from two different warehouses. So we're the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floor of warehouse H, and we're the 5th floor of warehouse E. So 70% of this is the 9-year-old, and the other 30% is the 16-year-old.
Nice. And yeah, normal Booker's usually runs about 7 years old, so.
Yeah, around there.
This is a nice little treat.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. We're doing it.
I'm so excited. Like, I just haven't met a Booker's that I didn't enjoy. I've had Booker's that I loved more than others. Well, I got so excited whenever I first read about this bottle, so here we go.
Here we go.
Usually I talk through this part.
Ah.
It felt wrong to not try to say something. It's tradition.
May I?
Please do.
All right. Will we be let down? Will we be exceeded in our expectations?
I don't want to be let down, but I will tell you my honest feelings about it.
Yes. Now this was $200. More expensive than a regular Booker's, but it's also older, and it's more limited.
Right. But the limited release of the Booker's Rye was really expensive too.
Yeah, like $300.
And I thought it was worth it, 100%.
Oh yeah.
The best rye I've ever had. So
yeah.
There you go. Shall we begin?
We should begin. Let's do this.
Huh.
It's not a normal Booker's nose.
I get a lot of the wood. It's almost like I'm smelling the inside of this box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, actually, close. Close.
When you don't breathe in as heavily, I get more of a
whisper of the normal Booker's
the typical nuttiness. But it's almost like it's a peanut butter, because it just smells very silky smooth.
If somebody opened a jar of peanut butter in the rick house, that's what it smells like to me.
It may be chunky, because I know I just said smooth, but it's like the peanut itself is still in there.
Chunky.
You know, it's not all just blended down. It's
hearty.
It is hearty. Oh wow.
This smells
There's
like
some cinnamon across there.
Yeah. I mean, they're all adults bourbons, but
Yeah.
this is a grown man's bourbon.
This is adult peanut butter. Peanut butter with a sprinkling of cinnamon across there, and also the oak. And I think Fred on this card later describes what he knows is it as like walking into the rick house.
That's exactly what I just said, and I didn't even read that.
Right.
I said if you opened a peanut butter inside a rick house. So close enough.
Yeah. Maybe, now I'm starting to get a little bit of like cherry? Maybe some cherry in there, some cherry type of wood?
Maybe. I want to taste it.
Yeah, we smelled it enough.
I want to taste it.
All right, cheers. 30 years, Bookers. Wow. Wow.
That mouthfeel is incredible.
Oh my God, it's peanut butter. It is peanut butter. Wow, it's nutty. It's nutty.
I don't know if I get such overwhelming peanut butter. I do get peanut butter.
Wow. We didn't
Give
say
Chad a minute with the bottle. Oh my gosh.
We didn't say the proof, by the way. It's 125.8.
Oh, it's so good. But I kind of don't want to like it at the same time because I'll be disappointed when I'm never gonna get another bottle.
Somewhere I read on here, Fred described it as kind of dry, and I agree. It is a little dry, but
it is dry.
In the way when you eat peanuts or nuts, your mouth gets kind of dry. It's like a brittle. It's a dry, brittle type of finish.
If you ever know the feeling of getting into like a warm bath or something, like you're cold and you just sort of sink down into the water. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel taking a sip of this. It just feels like I can't even explain. I am just tickled.
Wow. Haven't had the second sip yet.
I did it.
I
always do that.
It's a long finish.
It's a very long finish.
It goes on. I think that 16 years is kind of showing through because it's a little bit more leathery and tobacco-y than
some of those earthier.
Mm-hmm.
It just rolls. I'm just giggling because you are. I just love how much he loves it too. It is nutty, but it's not overwhelming. I think it's really balanced with the wood. But
I think the mouthfeel of this, so silky smooth, so enveloping of the entire tongue, all over, to your gums and the sides of your mouth. And then the peanut taste is just really giving me this visuals of peanut butter. Visions of sugar plum fairies with peanut butter dancing in my head.
You're crazy.
Wow.
And I think I like that I think the proof is perfect. And again, I think that almost the sweetness and the hardiness of that peanut butter work really well with the offset balance of the wood. It's not too sweet or too savory. Mm-hmm. It's like right where you want it to be. Yeah. Where it lets you know it's a tough one, but it's also really delicious. I mean, I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's really, I think it's what we were expecting.
It's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I don't know what I had in my mind. Oh, I kind of see your cherry now. Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is definitely different than your typical Booker's.
That's true.
But on the other side of the coin, it's completely a Booker's.
I just have chills. That's how I know when I really like a bourbon nowadays. It's like I actually get goosebumps.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can feel it up my back. I know that's really weird, but that's how you know.
I've had Booker's that have given me a Kentucky hug sooner than this one.
Yeah.
But this one is definitely giving me a Kentucky hug. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's not so much heat on this for being 125.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think it's exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah. It's just, it's mature.
It is. That's the best way to describe it.
Well balanced.
A gentle balance of vanilla, nut, and oak flavors. I hadn't even read that on the back of the bottle. I didn't even see this. A rich chestnut brown whiskey. The nose offers oak aromas with a touch of sweetness. I think that's a perfect description.
Totally. Sweetness. Yeah, like the, I think that was that cherry that was
No one's going to believe that we didn't read that before, but that's fine. I don't care if you believe me or not. I know what's real.
Wow.
This is unreal. 2
or 3 sips later, really letting the finish set in. It's a little desserty. I wouldn't say that about the palate at all, but when you kind of let it settle in, a little desserty, which is awesome. It's not forefront, but it's there.
But I feel like this is also a one and done. I am not going to have 3 glasses of this because there's so much to it. Yeah. It is hearty like that.
You're going to, if you put an ounce and a half in your glass, you're going to spend about, 20, 30 minutes with it?
I feel like you should spend some time with this. Like, this is definitely a sipper and not something that you would ever want to just, you can gulp it if you want to. That's up to you. But,
it's your life.
So now I think we have to do the thing that we always do and you always make us do.
Yeah, we're going to add some water to it.
It's for the full, we just have to explore it fully. So let's do that.
Okay, 5 drops of water have been added. We need to let this sit here and mellow, kind of mingle with the water. So we'll be back right after this. And we're back with a exciting opportunity while we let the water mix in here. We just wanted to tell you that if you're liking what we're doing here, maybe you're new to the channel, you can hit that subscribe button if you like. You can give us a thumbs up. You can leave us a comment or a question down below. We always love those. We also wanted to tell you about whiskyambitions.com, which is now the home of It's Bourbon Night. It's Bourbon Night merch and apparel, and then also just bourbon and whiskey themed shirts, glasses, lots more coming. It's still new.
It's a work in progress.
Just launched, but gonna be a great place for the bourbon and whiskey lover.
Absolutely.
We got other stuff.
We do have other stuff. We have Patreon. Our Patreon page has become quite the little hub of activity. For as little as $1 a month, you can join and be in the conversation in our little community that's growing every day. We love it.
Yep.
You can find glassware, books, candles, more, whatever you need for your whiskey lifestyle on our Amazon influencer page. That's amazon.com/shop/itsbourbonnight. And lastly, you can follow us on all the social media channels at It's Bourbon Night.
There you go. So we're gonna let this keep on mellowing, and
I can't wait to get back to it.
Yeah, we're gonna toss it back to future Chad and Sarah. Take it away. We're back. See what about 5 drops of water has done.
It really knocked that oak off the nose.
It did.
I mean, it just brought it down. It smells... I'm getting more of that desserty.
Yeah.
But still really balanced.
A little sweeter, a little more sugary.
Yep. A little bit more of the peanut butter comes through, I think.
Really?
I think that the oak has backed off to allow that to come forward more, personally. But it is also slightly more muted because of the water. So, I don't know.
Still a great nose. Let's see what it did to the taste here. Made it just a little bit hotter.
It did make it hotter. Isn't that weird? How sometimes that happens?
And we gave it 10 minutes, I would say. I feel like we
gave
it...
10 or 15. I don't even know.
Yeah, a fair amount of time.
At first I was like, am I about to like this better? But then the finish, like you said, is hotter.
Yeah, a lot more of the cinnamon and the spice. It's just kind of rising to the top. It's actually tasting a little bit more like, not this is a bad thing, but a little bit more like typical Booker's.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little bit drier even with the water. And I lost that mouthfeel that I loved so much at the beginning, that first sip.
It's
when
not
that
just
happened,
like
it was like a magical moment where I was like, what is happening? It's not doing that now. So this one, I think, sans water.
I agree. Still really good with water.
Still good.
Wow. Okay. Now, here's the big important part. $200, not cheap. Yes, it's limited. Yes, it's an awesome box, awesome presentation.
Yeah.
Beautiful bottle, but $200 is still a lot when that could buy 4 bottles of a $50
And that
bourbon.
is a great argument. You could have pretty much almost 3 bottles of regular Booker's,
Yes.
or you could have this one.
Right.
That is a very tough call. When you think about it that way, that's a tough call.
However, I'm gonna give it a big fat recommend.
I'm also gonna give it a recommend. This was lovely. And anyone who's experienced Booker's Rye and knows how that felt, and then afterwards, if you ever kicked yourself because you didn't get a bottle or whatever, and now it's like coveted. I don't think it's gonna be exactly the same with this one.
Right.
But I do think that this is delicious, and I don't think that you're gonna feel like that was money not well spent. So
just try to find a Booker's 25th. And
yeah, tell me how that works out for you.
Let me know how that goes for you.
So,
I mean, you can get them, but you're gonna be paying a lot more than what it originally sold for.
Yeah.
I feel like this is definitely gonna be the same story.
Right.
I love it.
I'm happy about
it. I love it. I love it. I think this will be a occasional sipper. It'll be a special occasion sipper, celebratory sipper. But try to make this one last. But money well spent in our opinion.
I'm very happy about it. So.
Wow. Okay, well. Wow. That'll do it for us.
All right.
We already did all them plugs.
We did.
So that's already out of the way. But just, thanks for joining us. And if you've tried this, please let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Do it. All right. Well, thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Until next time, drink more bourbon. I did a very special drink more bourbon.
I love you. Oh, damn. Don't use that.